Hey, how are you guys? In this video, I'm going to review new headphones from Soundpeats. These are simply called Soundpeats Q True Wireless. And as you can see, this is a tiny little box that I just received from Soundpeats, and this is what it looks like from all directions. Very simple packaging, and we are gonna open the box and dig into them and see what they sound like. Alright, let's start with opening the packaging. Alright, so let's open the packaging. Okay, we got a little congratulation cards there. We read a little customer care guide. Yeah, pretty standard. And let's open up the box. Just a little piece of foam there actually. And oh, here we go. Now here's the business we're talking about. It's got a little plastic sleeve on top, which we'll just put it on here for now. And oh, okay, it's a little bright with the white color, but as you can see, it's got sort of indented Soundpeats logo in it. At the front, there's not much. Looks like there may be one LED up there. It's hard to see through the camera, but I can kind of see it from the light reflection there. Now, these of course are supposed to be wireless charging headphones, as well as USB Type-C. So that would come in really handy as the industry is shifting towards USB Type-C. Before we open that, let's see what else is in the box. It's just another piece of foam, and looks like just the instructions manual. I think I've used enough wireless headphones from Soundpeats at this point that I can kind of figure out without reading the instructions manual. And in here, it should be our USB Type-C cable, I presume. Yeah, we got a USB Type-C cable with the matching white color and some additional tips for your headphones, and that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm just gonna put these on side for a minute and let's talk about the little case. It's quite a tiny case, as you can see. Yeah, it's like it might be a little bulky in your pocket because of the thickness of it, but overall its size is actually not too bad. I would be a little hesitant to put it in my pocket, but you know, it's still not that ridiculous to carry it around. Let me compare it with another headset from Soundpeats. These were some of the really budget-friendly headphones by Soundpeats. This was the first pair I ever got from them, and they're pretty nice for their price. But these by far are my most recommended and some of the best sounding headphones that I've ever owned. At least the wireless ones. Even though it looks really chunky, but this case acts as a power bank as well. It's got a 3000 milliampere battery built in it. Some of the best headphones my go-to every time I go to the gym. So, and because they have the really good bass, good noise cancelling, overall really good pair of headphones. Everything I've owned from Soundpeats so far, they have been fantastic. As you can see, I've owned so many of them. So this is their latest edition, and I just couldn't resist because it's in white, something different, and I really wanted to try it. So yeah, so as you get the size comparison, and let's open up the box. Now, the difference between these ones and some of the other headphones that Soundpeats have launched before, that in order for us to activate these headphones, I have to pull them out of the case, and then they turn on and they connect fairly quickly. It doesn't take very long for them to connect to your phone. By the time you put them in your ear, they're already, you know, in the process of connecting. You normally would hear it saying connecting, and bam, it's on. Probably almost as quick as having a wired pair headsets. But these ones, though, they're a little bit different. They activate as soon as you open the lid. As you can see, the light turns on as soon as I open it. So as soon as you open the lid, the headphones are already trying to connect to your phone. So they're like super duper quick. They should be. I haven't tried them yet, as like I said, I just opened up the box. So my first impression, they look amazing. The quality and everything from these headphones is quite incredible. I'm really happy. So what I'm going to do now, I will try to connect and pair these with my phone, and the process is like very simple, very similar to everything else, you know, with the other headphones. So let me connect these and I'll give you my thoughts about what they sound like. Okay, so I've just tried these headphones with some music, paired them with my phone, which was very simple process. You just obviously just look for the Bluetooth devices and you add them. So my go-to song has always been Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa, because I love the bass in that song. So that's normally my testing song for my headphones. I'm sure you guys would have better suggestions than that, but for me personally, I find that song to be sort of like the bass benchmark for testing the headphones. Now, my thoughts. The sound is absolutely amazing in these little headphones. I did find that they could have used a bit more bass, but I'm sure you can adjust that based on what sort of phone you have. Like I use Power Amp music player in my phone, and I was able to adjust the bass and the treble a bit more to suit it to me. Now, if you're a bass head, you may not like them as much as you would something like True Shift 2, because these are punchy boys. They have so much bass, and I'm a bit of a bass head, and I love them. Now, compared to Soundpeats True Shift 2, I would say they have about 80% of the bass that comes out of this. So for me personally, they just lack that tiny bit of oomph from the bass. But that being said, that's also still a very good balanced sound. Sound is really clear, vocals are clear, the stereo effect was amazing, and also the treble, it's not overwhelming, but like I said, compared to these ones, yeah, so they won't give you as much bass as these ones. All right, so I just made a phone call to my friend. Initially he had me a bit worried, and he's like, oh, I can't hear you very loud. I'm like, oh, but then he's like, oh, hang on a minute, my volume on the phone is really low. And then he turned it up. He's like, oh no, I can actually hear you fairly well, fairly good, no issues there. And he was quite happy with the way I sounded, so I presume, yeah, it's gonna go well. And then I made another phone call to another friend of mine, and he was quite happy with the sound quality as well. So that was a pass. And by the way, this section is actually being recorded through the microphones from the headphones. So this is exactly how you're going to sound like to a person on the other side of the phone call if you were talking through them. And let me play a crowd noise in the background so you can kind of get a feel of what it's going to sound like in a crowded area. Alright, this time I've got crowd noise playing in the background, and I'm not trying to raise my voice, I'm just trying to talk as normally as I was earlier. So this is how it's gonna sound like if you're in a crowded place in the city or something. So you should still be able to make fairly decent phone calls in a crowded place. Alright, let's take these out. I'm gonna pop them back in here. And the case is magnetic, of course, as you can see. And like I said, obviously they also do the wireless charging. So my overall thoughts on these headphones are that, yeah, for the price, they are some of the best headphones that I've seen for what you need to do. But you really got to know what you're buying these headphones for. If you're buying them for kind of like a Swiss Army knife of headphones, they're going to be pretty amazing because they're really good with phone calls. They also do sound really good for music and stuff. It's only little nag that I have about these headphones, that they could have had a little more bass, which they lack. But then again, I'm just trying to clarify that it's not bad. It's just going to be a bit of a annoying issue for people who like bass a lot. And if you're not a bass head, god, you're gonna love these headphones, because then they would be perfect for you. But I was just gonna say, remind you again, if you want something with good bass, go with something like True Shift 2, or see something similar, or maybe if they've had a new replacement for these ones yeah, on their website. I will leave the link in the description for the where I got them from. So if you want to have a look through there, and I will also leave a link in the description for the video review that I've done for these headphones a few months ago. So yeah guys, hope this video helps you make your decision with these headphones. Oh, one more thing, by the way, these work independently as well, so you don't have to have both headphones out, which is kind of it used to be old trend where you had a primary one where only that headphone would connect to your phone, but then the other one would connect to that other headphone. So you had to have the primary one out in order to connect the other one with the phone as well. But these ones work independently, which seems to be the norm nowadays. So you can pick up either one of them, and they should work just fine. And I think for the price, they look really amazing. They got touch controls, like it's not a physical button, so no, you're not pressing the button to and that's going to push it inside your ear even more. It's all touch control, which controls your answering your phone calls, ending your phone calls, changing the volume up and down for your sound and for your music. You can change the tracks, you can pause and play the soundtracks, and you can also even summon your smart assistant like Google Assistant or Bixby, if you that kind of thing, by triple tap on it. So yeah, so like I said, Swiss Army knife of headphones, and in such a small package, and I think it looks kind of cute in white. I'm just gonna be sure to make sure I'm not touching it with dirty hands, and otherwise they're gonna get dirty. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to using them as my daily driver for my phone call. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. It's black and white.